With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Oh, some strong running.
Primary blockage on the return. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, and that is incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. And now Smith going to change the play. Throwing now is Geno. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. 3rd and long, it's Smith. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 28-yard line.
One of the Panthers' big offseason acquisitions. Here's Miles Sanders. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Young. That's complete out right to the tight end Tremble. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march. Off
the play fake, Young. And he's got it. touchdown, Panthers. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Play action. It's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Carolina defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. On 2nd and 10, Smith. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
The leading rusher among rookies a season ago. Here's Kenneth Walker. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Seahawks at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD. But talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. It was DJ Johnson on the tackle. Well, this defense for the Panthers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. There he goes, left side. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Piñeiro now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right.
There he goes, right side. How about this? He's to the 10, and he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. That's going to be caught downfield by Chuck. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Young. That is caught by Ptlm. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Sanders. Given 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Young takes it on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Bryce Young with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's
the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talk about that's exactly how they drew it up, because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook, if everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellas up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Smith going to move them around. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Following the interception, Young eluding the pressure right. On the throw, let him too much that time, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Young on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Smith. And Walker has it. And they work this out past the 25. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
A gear for Walker running right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And now an audible here into something else.
Hey, it's a clip. 53. Hey, on the ball.
The slot man in motion right. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Back to Walker on first down. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Second down and 4. On second down, it's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
To the right side, this is Walker. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7.
Hey, let's go Wednesday, on Wednesday.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Gino. He finds his man, complete. It's Walker. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Smith here, an audible at the line. Gino now to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
And contact defensively. And that might make things 5 yards easier. So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that'll get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Young. Flush to his right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. On play action, Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a first down throw for Young. A short one here, caught by McBride. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To the air once more, Young. Flushed out right. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this one incomplete. I couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. and he was right there ready to provide a hit to prevent him from making another catch to his big start.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Young. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is, if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Check 59, check 59, cover.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
97. 12, 10, 6, measure. Ready.
First down, Young. This is taken in by McBride. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. They go play action. Young lets one go downfield for Pierce. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. Alec Pierce, 55 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Smith on first down. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off of play action, here's Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Finn. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. A quick throw out to Lockett. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 27 yards there, a first down. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now 2nd and 5.
Hey, let's go Sunday.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2nd and 10. Young. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A play fake. Now Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because when the defense got it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. An escape, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And now Smith going to change the play. Throwing now is Geno. Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Ooh, the juke. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Here we go. Here we go. 43 rail. Ready?
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. It's Young off play action. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Alec Pierce. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On 2nd and 10, Smith. It's caught. Lockett. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 20. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Watch out now. 60 Fury.
Off the play fake, Young. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Alec Pierce, 67 yards. And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Smith. And he's going to be intercepted. intercepted a third time. Picked up by Von Bell. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Come on, set.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
10 cycles. Opposite, green. Ready?
A give running left. It's Sanders. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 19-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming at.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin Bush able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Another 3 and out.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Makes the score Panthers 44.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Down.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And Young's throw there incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Give to Walker on the read option. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw on second down is Smith. He's going to let it fly. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Draymond Jones. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone, defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
the set.